everyone. Welcome to the CAM Matrix. I am back here today with Wayne Srsen of American Building Contractors. They are new to the CAM Matrix, so please help me welcome them in. Hello, Wayne.
Hi, Carrie. How are you?
I'm great. How are you doing?
Great. I appreciate the video introduction. I'm looking forward to having a conversation with you.
I know you and I had a really good phone conversation, and I'm like, oh, this guy's just like me. He can talk. And then I thought he's going to be fun to do a video introduction with.
Yeah, I'll do my best. I appreciate you. Thank you.
Okay, so tell us all about what it is exactly that you guys do. And if it's several different things, I need you to break it down for us.
Right. So American Building Contractors, we are a national company headquartered in Minneapolis, Minnesota. We have had our Florida license since 2002. So a general contractor, we have our roofing and general contractor's license. Having both is very important in the state of Florida. So we have a couple areas of services that we offer. One is exterior claim settlement services regarding any hail or hurricanes that would affect the state of Florida. We also do a lot of capital budget work if any management companies need new roofs. And we also have a maintenance division dedicated to any exterior maintenance that our clients might need. We have offices in Naples, Orlando, and Deerfield Beach.
Okay, so here's a question that just popped out to me when you said maintenance division. I know that I just spoke with some managers. They have their own little maintenance guy that, and I hate to call him that because he's actually a jack of all trades, but he's kind of like their handy guy. He goes around and fixes stuff that doesn't require that license to fix it. If a management company or an independent manager that has a few properties doesn't have somebody like that, they can call you guys, or is there a thing that says, well, that's kind of small for us, we don't do that part, or fill me in a little bit on that.
Right. So here's a good real world example right now. A large national client of ours that has a very sizable Florida presence has asked us to staff a maintenance division in the Tampa St. Pete area where they have a lot of properties. This particular management company is going through a lot of mergers and acquisitions, which always in our industry is very prevalent. It goes on all the time. Some of the older owners are now transitioning over to a sale. So they are looking to scale up for their offerings for the homeowners. I'm probably not going to be the answer for what I call a onesie twosie. However, wherever our clients have a mass of properties, then we would assist the homeowners in helping them out for maintenance calls on the exterior envelope of the building. Maintenance is a critical component, but like everything else these days, it's really hard to find good people that are timely, that have a good price point and are available. Maintenance is a huge issue, and we are trying to help out as we can as our clients will plug us in geographically around the state. We are more like if shingles blow off a roof, if there is any pressure washing on the exterior, such as mold removal, light bulbs that need to be changed, fences that need to be mended. So it's kind of specific to the exterior envelope of the associations.
Fences are big here in the Tampa area. It's hard to get a fencing contractor to call you back and get out there and get the work done.
Well, right, and it's probably no surprise that the area that you're talking about with the Tampa St. Pete area, which is a big area of growth through consolidations that our client has, to be able to offer that. Maintenance is a big issue, and trying to find people to do that it's been very challenging for our clients and for us to staff them. It's very hard.
So you basically would, I know you have a limit. It's hard to say, a fee because per thing, but if you had somebody that had X amount of properties that said, we want to start working with you, how do we get the ball rolling? So do you kind of vet them out and say, well, how many properties exactly do you have? What type of properties are they that you have?
Yeah, you're absolutely correct. So currently right now, it's kind of funny that you're asking me that. Is I've been going over spreadsheets to look at the yearly and monthly volumes for our client to find out which would be specific for what we do. So I have to go through them and say, okay, well, these are all irrigation related. We don't do that. These are all security related. We don't do that. So what we have to do, what we will do is go through their previous maintenance logs to find out where we can get plugged in, and then have to make a decision about whether or not we're going to open up a satellite maintenance office, because your area would be then serviced from our Naples office. But in order to provide service for our clients in the Tampa St. Pete area, we would have to open up a satellite office to be able to offer value to our clients.
Right. Okay. Well, and just so you know, I mean, we are talking the entire state of Florida. So
Right.
Is it hard for you said, rename those locations for me again. You said Deerfield Beach?
Yep. So Deerfield Beach, Orlando, and Naples.
Okay. So the panhandle might be a bit tough for you guys, or?
It would, regarding the maintenance portion. Regarding if and when a hurricane hits, we have coverage throughout the whole state of Florida. Our clients, national companies that we do work with, and smaller companies that we do work with, there's no geographical limit. Since, I mean, I'm in 44 states, and like I said, we've had a good presence in Florida since 2002. So we do know the state very well. We have clients all throughout the state. The maintenance is more kind of a niche portion, though. So it's a lot would be focused on the claim settlement aspect of if and when hail and hurricanes happen in the state of Florida.
Right.
That's another leg of our service. I hope I'm not getting too complicated here.
No, it's just it is a little bit of a mixture, so it's kind of hard to pin down exactly. But in how you hire people, what kind of vetting process do you guys go through, bringing people into? They realize they're working around unit owners, that some unit owners are watching every step they make while they're on site and things like that. Do you kind of prepare them for that sort of thing?
So when it would come to the actual construction part, the large loss as a result of a hurricane. A good example would be Hurricane Irma that happened in 2017 in the Naples, Fort Myers area. Some of it bled up to the Tampa area. We have our own crews that we have been using since 1998. They have exclusivity agreements that they have with American Building Contractors, that they only we use each other, and we keep them busy all year round, and that has a lot of benefit for our clients because the certifications that are needed to be able to put concrete tile on or asphalt shingles. Manufacturers have requirements such as you need to be like GAF Master Elite. There's certifications that our crews have to go through to be able to perform work for us. Now, all contractors, no matter what they tell you, they use subcontracted labor, and it's for tax purposes. In the state of Florida, we have to pay their workers' comp. So states are all different. Florida is no exception. But the larger companies like us, we all use subcontracted labor, because no mass force is going to be sitting around anywhere in a warehouse waiting for an occurrence to happen. Occurrences happen all around the country. And because we are a national company, we keep them busy all year round.
So that's how you keep them. And that's how you have to do it, to keep them busy. I'm going to throw a curveball at you.
Go ahead.
So somebody comes and says, well, why would I choose American Building Contractors in lieu of somebody that just does roofing and they specialize just in roofing?
Yeah.
What would you say to that?
Right. So I'll give you an example of Hurricane Irma. So when Hurricane Irma hit, a lot of associations have relationships with your local roofing company for maintenance agreements to make sure that the roof is always in proper working condition. So basically, we had found out that when Hurricane Irma hit, and then they would go and do an inspection, they would come back and tell the board that there was little or no damage, and it probably wouldn't be worthy of filing a claim. Well, these boards have a long-standing relationship with the roofing company that they have right down the street. So a lot of buildings started taking place, a lot of claims were approved, and then we would go out and give a second opinion. Well, we had found out that 80% of the claims that were denied in Hurricane Irma were because the concrete tile was discontinued. Your local, I'm using air quotes here, local contractor doesn't know that. So the information that they were telling the board was not current. And then we would come back to the board and say, look, concrete tile that's been discontinued means your association is going to get a new roof if the damage parameters have been met and the insurance company agrees. So 80% of what we did was based on re-inspections that were denials. So having good product knowledge of what is on a roof is essential. And we don't look at ourselves as being quote unquote like an out of towner, since we've been in the market since 2002.
Yeah. Okay.
And I'm actually moving. I'm moving to New Smyrna Beach in August.
Oh, you're gonna become one of us, huh?
I am. We've been going to that city for 25 years, fell in love with it, and excited to be there. Our owner and vice president live in Naples. So we have had a presence in Florida for many years. I don't consider myself an out-of-towner at all. And now I won't be. Even though it might be in New Smyrna Beach, we'll be all over the state.
There you go. Well, so you know that half the people that live here aren't really from here anyway, right? You know,
I understand that. It's a cosmopolitan state. There's people from all over the world that live in Florida, and that's why it's exciting. And I've spent enough time there, and now I'm going to be a resident, and I'm excited.
Oh, well, good.
So I spent my first 10 years as a claims adjuster settling large loss catastrophe claims around the United States for Farmers Insurance. And I've been at ABC now for 20 years. So maybe the longevity of my career, coupled with the fact that, you know, I basically settle over 1 billion, and that's with a B, large loss, hail, and hurricane claims around the United States. So I bring experience to the industry. I'm big on education, and I know that the business follows. It's not the other way around for me. I mean, I'm in a really good spot that I like to share knowledge and meet people and serve our homeowners. I'm really big on that part.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, and that's good, because that you have to look to the fact that you're catering not just to the managers, but you're catering to their properties. And it's funny because a lot of vendors forget that. They think, you know, it's all about the manager, and it's like, well, the manager can get you so far. They're not going to overstep boundaries. They're going to refer you. They're going to suggest, you know, talk about you. They may know you. They may know work you've done. But at the end of the day, it's going to be the board member's decision. And so a lot of people, and so it blows my mind, and it works both ways, because then you go to a trade show and you see a vendor trying to push the manager out of the mix. They go directly to the board, which is so disrespectful in my opinion. So it goes both ways. And when you go into it knowing that there's two different parties that you're working with, because honestly, I rely on the manager, or when I was in service, I relied on the manager to take my information and provide it properly to them, and trying to get that door open so that I could get in there and actually sit down with them and meet them. And I think a lot of vendors forget that.
Well, so probably in my 20 years of experience on the general contracting side is when any kind of occurrence happens or capital budget work needs to be done, 80% of the time, the board is going to rely on the CAM for a good referral. So when I am actually doing quote unquote selling, representing American building contractors at a trade show, there's 3 levels of people that I will deal with. I'll deal with an owner, I'll deal with an executive, and I'll deal with a CAM. But ultimately, for an occurrence, the named insured on the policy is the board, it's the association. The homeowners ultimately are the ones that I serve, because if I don't service the homeowners, they're going to get angry. They're going to tell the CAM, and then it's all going to filter all the way straight up. And then I'm no longer going to have a client. Right. My ultimate goal always when I leave an association is to make it better. It's as simple as that. And everybody's important. Everybody is important. The homeowners, in my opinion, are number one, because that's the end user for our product. Yeah, they live there. It's their place.
Yeah, okay. They have more passion for it than anybody. Yeah.
Absolutely. And I was on a board, I'm on a board myself. So I understand the obligations that go along with it. And it's big, and it's a very unforgiving, unfulfilled. I don't know what I'm looking for the word here, but it's hard work, and it's unpaid.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
you know.
it's definitely a
But
thankless job.
yeah,
So right now, I guess you've seen the news. I mean, because we were even in the New York Times. They're going to go ahead, and it seems like that law is going to get passed. It hasn't completely passed, but it's been pushed down the line, where if a building is oh, now I forgot the time limit, 30 years old, it requires an inspection.
right.
And then it requires an inspection after that every 10 years.
Yep.
Or some every 7, some it's 20 years and then 7 years that it requires an inspection, depending upon how the distance from the coast. So
Right.
have you kept up on that at all? Do you understand how that's going down the line?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we have through one of the associations that we belong to. It's called CEOMC, which actually is run by Mark Anderson Consulting, which is in Tallahassee, to keep an eye on all of the laws that are going on regarding Surfside and understand how they're going to be applicable to all of us in the industry. So yeah, we definitely keep an eye on that. I know that our owner has a close relationship also with an attorney that represents a lot of people to make sure everybody's interests are protected, but more importantly, there's no more Surfsides, you know?
Yeah. So that's good that you guys are a part of CEOMC, because
Yeah, also through our eight memberships of 8 chapters at CAI, we're actively involved in them. Look, when I got in this 20 years ago, I didn't do it just to to get a paycheck. I knew that I had to immerse myself and wanted to in every single thing that's going on in our industry, to be able to talk to the owners, to be able to talk to the executives. When everybody knows that you have a vested interest in what we're doing, you're looked at as that trusted business advisor that all business partners want.
Yeah.
And I have such a passion for it. It just comes easy for me because this is what I'm going to be doing, until the afternoon of my funeral. I'm never going to retire. I love it so much.
Well, and that's just it. When you love what you do, it's not a job. It's not work.
I haven't worked in 20 years. So it's not a job. This is fun, what you and I are doing right now. How does this work? I'm getting to know you, and I'm joining a new organization, and this is my life.
Well, I am happy to have you here on the Cam Matrix, and I am sure that we'll get you some good connections going around here.
Thank you. And I'll always be at your service. Okay.
Thank you, Wayne.
Thanks, Carrie. I'll talk to you again.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.